Hi, I'd like to talk to you about Personal Productivity Secrets by Maura Thomas. I read Maura's book and I got a great idea which I used to save a ton of time in my job search. What I did is I decided to use odesk.com. It's a service that one can sign up for and hire administrative assistants online, among other services, but that's what I used it for. I hired someone to look for jobs for me, apply to jobs for me, and do the research involved in evaluating a prospective employer while I slept. I hired somebody in a country across on the halfway across the world. I believe it was the Philippines. And what I did is I set some criteria up for my job search. What city I wanted the job in, what field, and a few other criteria. Gave them to my assistant, and she looked up job searches. After a few going back and forth and saying this is why this one is going to work and this is why this one's not going to work, I felt confident just letting her find jobs for me on her own. I provided my resume to her. I made a Gmail account for her. I gave her my credentials to LinkedIn so she could just go online during her day while I was asleep here in the States and find jobs that match my criteria and apply to them for me. In the morning, I would wake up and there would be anywhere from 15 to 30 new emails that she sent out with my resume to prospective employers. After the phone screening and scheduling an interview, what I would have her do, and I would schedule the interview out about 3 days from the time of the phone interview. So what I would have her do is I typed up about 20 questions that I had about the prospective employer. You might want to know who the competitors are. What's their primary business or product? You might want to know what the company culture is like. Anything you want to know about the employer. Most of it can be found on the web. But anything you want to know about the employer, I put in my little 20 questions and asked my administrative assistant to go online, provide her the URL to the company, and find the answers to these questions. So after about 24 to 48 hours, she would send me back a report. It was anywhere from 5 to 30 pages, depending on how much information she found online. And it would have their logo on the front page. So not only did I save time by not combing through thousands and thousands of job postings, but also I saved time by not having to apply to every single one of those. I also saved time researching every single one of the employers that I actually went to interview with. And I looked great when I went in front of my prospective employer with a research packet with their logo on it, plopped it down on their desk, and started looking through it with answers about their company. Thank you very much, Maura, for your book and recommendation for online personal assistance. It saved me a ton of time and made me look great for my new employer.